Welcome back to Horse Racing Radar TV on Horse Racing Today as we go for a muddy, terrific Terry Thursday at Saratoga. Coming off an okay day yesterday. We both had that pick four twice, right? We paid $75 times two, the first pick four, if I remember correctly. And then in the last race, my reluctant best bet came home the winner and also hit the exacta box there. So a little bit of a profit yesterday. Let's go for a big profit, or as our friend Don Johnson says, let's go grab that cash in Saratoga Springs today. Although this card in the mud, Terry, no turf races and a lot of maidens, a lot of unknowns. This could be a pretty wild day in terms of what happens at Saratoga. What do you think?
Yeah, I think so. It looks pretty wide open in a lot of the races. So
yeah, they do. Well, I know something that's going to be wide open, and that's the acceptance of free stuff today over at Prairie Meadows. 11 races. It's the free track at Guaranteed Tip Sheet. There is a link in the description on YouTube. Make sure you use that. Also a tip jar on YouTube. Make sure you use that as well. When the show is over, right there in the front and center of horseracingtoday.net, we'll post all of our picks along with our Benny and the Bets suggested wagers. Click on that. It'll take you to that content along with a replay of the show. We'll timestamp every race in YouTube so you can come back, watch them one by one. A couple of great ways to support the show. You can hit that HRT gear button right there. Come on over here. Get yourself a Horse Racing Today t-shirt, hat like Terry's wearing. Save 20%. Great way to support the show along with your comments. So give us your picks, your thoughts, your suggestions, jokes, whatever in the comment section. We greatly appreciate that. And of course, subscribe and thumbs up or likes and sharing our content, of course. Race now, we don't need that, Terry. That's just the Brisnet sheets that we use. Race number one. That's what we're going to do first.
all right, it's a mile 16th inner turf. It's a maiden race, $90,000 purse. It's for maidens, 2-year-olds, foaled in New York State and approved by the New York State Registry.
Yes, but the track is muddy today, and I think they've taken all the races off the turf today. So at a mile and a 16th, I don't really have any profile of the winner data on the dirt because it wasn't available for me today. I'm working on making it available to me all the time, no matter what. So hopefully we can get that done. Hello, my nephew. How are you today? And the Don Johnson, hey, hello as well to you. Let us know where you are in the world. Say hi in the comment section. Do not be shy. Here we do 1,000. We do 1,000 simulations using our smart sheets. There is a link to the smart sheets in the description on YouTube, as well as a explanation sheet on how to use them. You got a lot of horses in here, Terry, that are making their first time start. The other two horses, the 3 and the 9, not within 5 lengths of the leader at the finish line. Really not a whole lot to go off of other than our first time ranks, or maybe some other things that you found in your handicapping, Terry. How did you find the best way to rank them to be?
Well, one of the ways I like to use an experienced horse in here, but one of the things I also like is the way your 3-point system, so that I use that a lot of times too. But I like the 9, the arbitrator. Breeding suggests he'll like the grass. Dam has 7 winners from 9 starters, and 2 of them were turf winners. And he has a high percentage winning trainer, wins 25% of the races in a horse's second career. Then I like the 4, Twirling Lad, first-time starter, whose breeding suggests he will like the grass.
But they're not running on
well, that's true. You know, you're absolutely true, so I shouldn't be saying those things. And then, but he has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. And then Force, first-time starter, and he has a high percentage winning jockey. Minor Inconvenience is Long Shot the 3. He has a high percentage winning trainer, wins and a high percentage winning jockey.
So I'm taking a look at this on here. We see they're all no's. Whenever I see all no's and also not second race par ability, I'm going to focus wholeheartedly on the first-time starters, particularly those with a score of 2.5 or more. So I'm going to just go like that. I'm putting the 4 horse on top as my top rated first timer, 2.6 out of 3 stars. And then I'm going to go with the 2. Next up for me of the first of the horses with experience, I'm going to go with the 3 horse in there. That horse was the 3-2 favorite in its debut. Something might have gone wrong. Maybe it just needs a little of experience. 2 good workouts since then. Then the 9 horse could be your pace setter, an opportunity to have second race upside. Looks like David Aragona, the line maker, one of the best line makers in the country, thinks that one should be the favorite. And that's what's happening right now on the ground. We do have $100 in our Benny in the bets, as I mentioned, but no bets for me in the opener either. That'll probably change in race number 2 because we do have, I think, the first of the Don Johnson pick. Terry, take away the specifics for race number 2.
Okay, so in race number 2, as you can see, it's going to be 5.5 furlongs. Now it's not on the turf; it's on the regular track, and it's for maidens, fillies, 2-year-olds.
Yep, and again, because it's moved from turf to dirt, no profile of a winner data. So what we'll have to do is focus on what we expect. Saratoga is a fast track. I would expect early speed on a 5.5 furlong race to have the edge, although we did see yesterday that a lot of those horses come from off the pace. Again, we see a host of first-time starters going up against 2 horses that were not within 5 lengths of the leader at the finish line. Once again, everybody's no, so I'm focused on these numbers over here. Terry, maybe you could focus on a jockey or trainer that makes sense?
Yeah, if you can look there, that 11 seems like it has the best jockey and the best trainer. So, that might be a good combination to pay attention to.
Yeah, once again, we don't see any horses with second race par ability. I'm just going to go based upon the numbers. Terry, how did you put them in race number 2?
All right, so in race 2, I like the 11. She's a first-time starter, and her breeding suggests that she would like today's sprint distance, and she has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. Then the 2, Dulce Vino, she finished third versus similar in the dirt in her only start. She can improve because blinkers are added, and she has a good workout on July 25th. 7, Scorch, another first-time starter. She has a high percentage winning jockey, and a good workout on July 20th. And then the 10, Gigi's Cakes. She's a first-time starter. Her breeding suggests she'll also like the sprint distance. And then she has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. I'm going to play the very first pick 4, Miami Vice, Don Johnson. 2, 7, 10, 11 with the 1, 2, 3, 4 with the 3, 4, 7, and finish up with a 1, 8, $48 ticket.
It's funny, it's a 4-horse race in race number 5, and you have 2 horses. I have 2 completely other horses. So we have all of them covered. If one of us gets there, if we both get there live, one of us is for sure to win. I'm going to go with the 7-horse in race number 2, Spirit of Esther. It's not Spirit of Esther. It's another 7-horse, Scorch. It's a top-rated first-time starter. Does have a really nice last workout. That 7-horse, if you see here, I call these bullet workouts. They may not be bullet workouts. They don't get the dot, but 47 and 4, the third fastest of 137. To me, that's a bullet workout because it's under 48 seconds. Number 2 for me is next on my list, Dolce Vino. So I guess sweet wine. I guess that's what that means. Some speed in its debut in a wide race. This is the second race upside, and also some second race improvement, enough to give this horse a chance to score today. Valhalla, the 11 horse, is the second ranked first-time starter with the top jockey and trainer combination, as Terry pointed out. So we looked at the smart sheets. If I click on the right one right there you go. And then finally, number 5, Choppin' Broccoli. Long shot. It's also the next ranked first-time starter in my list. It is a long shot, so why not? I'm going to go with all the odd horses in here except for the 9. 2, 5, 7, and 11 to start my pick 4 with the 1, 2, 4, with the 4, 5, 7, 8, and then the 2, 6. I'm going to put a little bit of money to work. Why not? Maybe I can get some price on that 7, 12 to win on the 7, and then a trifecta box 2, 5, 7, 11. Hoping maybe to catch some odds on that 5 horse and some others to boost the potential payouts. Don Johnson, please help the show. Hit that like button. It is free. Don Johnson with the best advice of the day so far. All right, Terry. In addition to that, hitting the like button, we got a few minutes while they mill around on the track as Charlestown creeps its way to Saratoga Springs. Tomorrow, Tom and I will do Foreign Friday. We're going to do Goodwood. Next Monday, we're going to do Ellis. Tuesday, we'll do Horseshoe. Wednesday and Thursday, probably Saratoga and maybe Del Mar on Thursday. To watch so you may win, what's the best route to take, Terry?
Well, you need to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Hit the bell so that you're notified about all our different programs. Go ahead and copy the link below and share that with everybody you know. They can come check us out. Go to our social sites that are going down going on the bottom here at the X, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, Threads, and Blue Sky at Horse Race, the number 2 day. Give us a thumbs up and a like, and also keep the comments coming, such as Jose and Don have done today.
Yeah, we appreciate any interactivity. It helps boost our search engine score. Don't be shy. Pop in, say hi. Let us know where in the world you're watching, some of your favorite handicapping angles, and some of your best picks for today, no matter where you are playing. Everybody's always interested in the winner. All right, so race number 1, Terry, is about to get cooking. So let's take a look at race number 1. Well, we don't really have any data in race number 1 because so many first-time starters and the like. So we'll see what actually happens in the opener. Track does look muddy. I don't see any shadows, so the sun's not out. So I would suspect that you won't see the track get upgraded anytime soon. I know here in Chicago yesterday, we had a burst of rain in the morning and then a little bit of a break and then a burst of rain in the afternoon. And if that travels east, as it normally does, I wouldn't be surprised to see some more rain a little on later today at the spa. All right, well, race number 1 is off and running, and the 2-horse. That's the one, Terry. Force that has forced its way to the front at 6-1. Then you got the 3-horse riding in shotgun, then the 4, and they're a little bit of a break from that. And you got 3 basically in the back, the 7. The favorite, the 9, is going to have to go from worst to first. He's going to have to hope that the 2 up front are putting together some fastish fractions, but 22, 23 and a quarter seconds for 7 furlongs, maybe a little bit on the quick side. We'll find out. The 3-horse is ranging up on there. Minor inconvenience along with the 2. The 4-horse is striding in right now to 3rd, making a pretty good move. The 9-horse is also involved in the mix, but he's got a lot of ground to make up. He's probably going to have to go fairly wide to run them all down. It looks to me like the 3-horse in this case, Terry, might be the one that runs away with this race. 4-horse is trying to give chase as they slop around in the mud. The 4-horse can't get his jockey, can't get him to, he's really trying to get him to switch leads, but unsuccessfully at this point. If he ever got him to switch leads, he might have been able to make up some ground. But it's going to go the 3-horse, then probably the 9's going to pass the 4, and then you're going to have the 3, 4, 9, and then the 2 is going to straggle in there. Yep. So 3, 4, 9, that is the way it ends in race number 1. So that 3-horse coming off the 3-2 status in its debut where it didn't fire. Today we found out why the folks like that horse so much in its debut. Race number 3, Terry, is next on our agenda. What are the conditions for this one?
It's 6.5 furlongs. It's a claiming race, $32,000 claiming price, per $63,000 for fillies 3-year-olds.
Yes, and for 6.5 furlongs, I do, my friends, have a profile of a winner, so you know what you're looking for. There's only been 8 races. So far, stalkers have done very well. Believe it or not, none of the 8 won on the lead. There is a rail discount for Max Saluna. 2 and 3 get a bonus. 4 through 7 have played fair. So far, nobody has won from 8 or out. Terry, we don't necessarily want early speed, but we want people who can press up on the lead. Which horses are likely to be in the mix early on?
Well, you can see there that 4 has most speed, but there's also some other speed with the 2, 1, and the 6.
Mm-hmm. We also see over here, Terry, our race shape. You got the 6 wants to be out front. Everybody else middle back. So a little left arrow action for the 4. C-zone, Terry, we got some stuff to talk about finally since they're not a bunch of first-time starters. We overlap the horse at our projected early pace with the horse's best races to see which horses are going to get a race that line up with their best performances And it looks like a whole lot of them are going to like the way this one goes.
Oh yeah, there's several of them. There's at least two of them that are in the 90s, and there's a couple, one in the 80s, one in the 70s, one in the 60s. So those horses are going to be very comfortable in this race.
Indeed. A lot of them have hit par already. So according to Brisnet, the average winning speed figure for this race is 79. All but the six have done it. Terry, 1,000 simulations speculating, or well, not speculating, but calculating what a possible speed figure for today might look like. Here we see par plus. Looks like a lot of them with a good chance to do it again today.
Yeah, and especially the four. The four is above that 50% threshold that we like to see. So that four would probably equal or exceed that par speed number today.
Yeah, we see the 4 as a potential overlay over here.
Yeah.
A couple horses to kind of keep an eye out. Look, this 2 horse, Sassy Shenanigans. Better pace from the beginning, the middle, of the end, and faster fractions. Couple class droppers with the 1 and the 4. D's a Rock. Terry, anybody in here with a jockey trainer you might want to look at?
Well, the 3 has the best jockey according to the data, and the 2 has the best trainer. But I really think the 7 is the best jockey trainer combination.
Yes, we also see for the first time today, D's a Rock, the 4 horse. Top last race speed figure, 4 points better than everybody else. Also over here in our top total pace, 5 points. 5 points equals 1 length. So the early pace and the late pace, look, you got the 4 on the lead, should have the most late speed. You might not be able to pass what you can't catch. Terry, that 4 horse grades out about a length and a quarter better than everybody else. Is the 4 horse at the top of your picks? No, he's not.
No, I'm going to start with the 3, Beaches and Pearls. She won her last race by 11 lengths, and she has a high percentage winning trainer, wins 23% of the races when taking a horse from a route to a sprint, and she switches to high percentage winning jockey. Sassy Shenanigans, the 2 is my second choice, ran 3rd versus similar to her last race. She has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. And then the 4, D's a Rock, the one you were talking about, won her last the last 3 races in a row. Her best start speed is fastest among today's starters, and she has a high percentage, highest last speed rating. And then I like Maxaluna, the 1 is my long shot. She finished 3rd versus similar to her last race, and she has a high percentage winning trainer. No additional bets in here for me.
I'm going to set up with D's a Rock. I don't know if this is going to be my best bet, but I think it's one of the few horses I just lone betted on, probably the most money. Top last race speed figure was 4 points better than everybody else. Has the top early pace, has the top late pace, has the top total pace of more than a length, and by far the top par plus. Great chance for this horse to score. Maybe at a decent odds too. Sassy Shenanigans. That's a tough one to say 10 times in a row, but all of the race internals were better across the board, better fractions. The only horse to do that, and that was despite running a little bit longer. Maxaluna, the Una horse. I don't like when I mess up the sheets, but we can correct that. Plenty of upside to Maxaluna's 3rd career start. And then Lady Orient, the 7, is the most consistent horse in the race, making its 3rd consecutive start in a row, that classic handicapping angle. But I think a lot of them have a lot to overcome with the 4 horse with all of its advantages. So 14 to win on the 4. Call it a best bet if you want. I'll just call it a win bet for now. Race 4 in this 10 race muddy card. Terry, they have another one where, well, this one's going to be a fun one, it looks like.
Yep, it's a mile, and it's a claiming race, $17,500 claiming price, purse $36,000 for fillies and mares, 3-year-olds and upward, which have never won 2 races.
Yes, and you see we have this chute over here. We're going to come around that chute and make a 1.5 turns around the track. And talking with Jose Ortiz back in the days of our Horse Center or Players Edge podcast, he told us coming out of this turn, you got to have great position out of these chutes. So let's talk a little bit about the profile of a winner and see what kind of advantages or disadvantages that creates. Early speed is done all right. 2 out of 10 at the distance have won on the lead. The inside 3 with that early turn have had it hard, Terry. So you better get some early position. 4 through 7 have been best. 8 and out. So far, nobody has scored a W. So it looks like if you wear a 3, a 4, a 5, a 6, or a 7 in race number 4, you have some tactical speed, you might do all right. And that's exactly what we see here.
That's right. 6 has the most speed, followed up by that 7 and then 4.
As far as being able to hit par for this race, which according to Brisnet is 82, so far only a pair have met that standard.
Yep, the 5 and the 8 have. The 1A has never done it, but the others that are remaining have come within 5 points of doing it in the past. And for today's race, 7 has the best chance to do it, followed up by the 8.
Yeah, a few in there and there. Some improvement last time out. Everybody moving up in class, Terry. Who do you like jockey trainer wise?
Okay, I like the 3 as a jockey. I like the 4 as a trainer. And I like the 4 as the best jockey trainer combination.
We see a kind of balanced race here. 3 on the front, 3 in the middle, 2 that want to come off the back. That should work out pretty well for everybody. But we see a few of them here with real high comfort zones again, where today's race could look a lot like their top performances.
Yep, 3's got a 92.59%. The 1A has an 83%, almost 84, and then the 7's at 86.85%. The 4 also has a 77.96%. So those would be very comfortable racing in this race.
Yes, the 4-horse Carolina Smoke Show. There's that Andrew Beyer top last race speed figure, 3 points better than everybody else. The 7, the 4, the 6, and the 3 are your top 4 total pace horses. You're the 7 and the 4, pretty big gap down to the next. So maybe the 7 or the 4 is one of the horses you want to focus on, but you can never ignore those yes horses either. Terry, how did you put it together in race 4?
I like the 4 Carolina Smoke Show. She finished second versus Tougher in her last race, drops in class today, has a high percentage winning trainer, wins 28% of the races when taking a horse from a sprint to a route, and then she has a high percentage winning jockey. 7 Spirit of Esther, second choice, has won 1 race out of 2 starts at Saratoga, can improve while returning to the dirt, and she has a high percentage winning jockey. Sell Away, the 3, is my third choice. Drops in class today, can improve while returning to the dirt, and she has a high percentage winning trainer, and Switch is a high percentage winning jockey. The 1 Handle on You is my long shot. Her early speed running style will help her chances, and she has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. I'm going to play the second Miami Vice pick 4, 3, 4, 7 with the 1, 2, 6, 8 with the 5, 7, 9, 10, followed up by the 6, 11, $48 ticket.
I'm going to start off with the 7. I'm going to try to beat that 4-5 Carolina Smoke Show morning line favorite. The 7 horse in there does have some early speed. The only time this horse actually found the winner's circle, it did so on and off track, does have the strong C-zone combined with the top total pace. If not, the 4-horse Carolina Smoke Show, probably going to be tough to beat in here. Does have that top last race speed figure, 3 points better than everybody else. Better mid and late pace numbers in the last race. I've seen that momentum carry over to the next start over and over and over again. Brooklyn Dance. Here we go. A little bit of a long shot in there. That 5-horse at 15-1, Terry. Second race after layoff should be better than the first race. 1 of 2 yes horses. And last time out, maybe getting overlooked because the horse had to run 7 wide. How many horses finished well 7 wide? Not many. And then finally the 8-horse, another long shot. Rock Harbor. This one is the simulation favorite. It is the other yes horse with the 5-horse. At the distance, 2 times out, it's got a second and third. Third start after a layoff, and at 20-1 in what looks like a wide open race with a heavy favorite. Why the bleep not? 4, 5, 7, 8, 2, 6 with the 4 with the 5, 7, 9, 10, 6, 8, and 11. That is my $48 Don Johnson Miami Vice pick 4. And then a $2 exact key box. I'm going to take that 7 over the 4, the 5, and the 8. And I'm really going to hope that the 5 and the 8 and the 7, somehow those 3 make up the exacta, because that would pay a lot. Race 5 ends the beginning half of this 10-race card. Terry, tell us about the standards for the 5th.
Well, it's a mile and 16th, and it's another one that was going to be on the turf and now off the turf. I imagine it's still going to go to mile and 16th. And it's a maiden with the purse of $90,000. It's for maidens, $90,000 purse. Fillies to 2-year-olds, foaled in New York State and approved by the New York State Registry.
Yes, and again, because it's moved off the turf, and I have not quite got my project done with the wonderful ChatGPT, which is supposed to be able to help you write Python code if you tell it what to do. But so far, I've told it what to do for about 20 hours, and I've made 0 progress. So if anybody out there knows Python and wants to be a part of the team and what's to come, reach out to me, gtsrichb@gmail.com, or you can DM me at HRTRich on Twitter. If you help us work on this, I got a feeling it can be a pretty big opportunity. In any case, Terry, we do 1,000 simulations in race number 5, despite the fact it's moved off the turf, in another race where it's a bunch of first-time starters versus one horse that has a little bit of experience, did come close to making the par run in its last effort there, Terry. Otherwise, again, all knows. I'm looking at the first-time starters. What are you looking at?
Well, for me, I'm going to go with a first-time starter. I'm going to go with the 1, my Divine One. She is a first-time starter, as I said. She has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey and a good workout on July 22nd. Then 8, Sushi. She's has a high percentage winning trainer, wins 24% of the races when shipping a horse into run, and she has a high percentage winning jockey. I'm going to go with the 6, Cosmic Candy Girl, another first-time starter. She has a high percentage winning jockey. And then Rose Burns Dreams, the 2, has a high percentage winning jockey. No additional bets for me here.
So I got all nose again, Terry, though the 8 did come within 2 points in there, but has a couple races under its belt. I think 3. So a bunch of chances to get above there. Maybe enough improvement today to go above par. I'm going to go with the 6-horse Cosmic Candy Girl. That is the top-rated first-time starter. If you look through the workouts, it does have maybe some ability to get some early pop. Then I'm going to go with the 2-horse Rosenburns Dream. That's the second-rated first-time or decent enough workout on June the 6th at Belmont, I think. It was the fastest of 61. It still rings pretty true to me. My Divine One, I know the morning line here is 7-5, but I don't think it was intended for this one. I think it was intended for the 1A. So I expect that horse's odds to go up. And then Sushi, the only horse with experience. The horse can get off to a fast start, could dictate the way this race goes. In all of my bets, I have the 6 or 2, the 2 longest shots. I hope one of them can wiggle its way to the finish line. But if not, and Terry and I are both alive, it guarantees one of us gets the pick 4. Before we move off to the second half of the card, once again, Tom and I will do Goodwood tomorrow for Foreign Friday as we make our return. Terry, to make sure you don't miss Goodwood or any of our other good work, what do you do?
Well, of course, you go ahead and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Very easy to do. It doesn't cost you a dime. And then share it with your friends by copying the link down below and giving it to them, and hit the bell so that you're notified about all the different programs we got coming up. And then go to our social sites such as Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, Blue Sky, Threads, X at Horse Race, the number 2 day. Give us a thumbs up and a like, and keep the comments coming during the show. It helps with our algorithms.
Yes, indeed. Boosts our search engine score. So when other folks are looking for horse racing content, there's a good chance they might find the 2 best looking guys on YouTube. All right. Race number 6, we get to do all this first-time starter stuff again, Terry. So
yeah, a lot of first-time horses today. It's a 6 furlong. It's a maiden $90,000 purse for fillies, 2-year-olds, and foaled in New York State, and it's approved by the New York State Registry.
Yeah, I know a lot of people get turned off by these maiden races where a lot of horses are making their second or the first or the third starts. But I got to tell you, these smart sheets yesterday, that 3-horse that went off, 9-1, Terry, 8-1, something like that.
Yeah.
It was the top-rated first-time starter. It had the back bullet workout. It got there and came home the winner. And you can't get that anywhere else but right here, which is why you want to subscribe and follow him, which is why if you're good at Python, you want to be part of the team, man, reach out to me. We would greatly appreciate that. All right, 6 furlongs. We do have a profile of a winner. At 6 furlongs, you are looking for early speed. 27% of the time, they go wire to wire. There is a rail bonus for credit risk if it's running, but I don't think it's not, so 2-2. 2 and 3 are the best. 4 through 7 a penalty. 8 and out get a bonus. Once again, Terry, for race number 6, we see everybody but the 2 is making their first start, and the 2 was not within 5 lengths of the leader at the finish line. So here you look at our first-time starter numbers, Terry. Let's take a look. We see the 7 is a 3 out of 3.
Yep.
Maybe you're going to look for a jockey or trainer putting a horse in a good spot. What do you say?
10 is the best jockey, 9 is the best trainer, but I think that the 10 is the best jockey trainer combination.
Yep, indeed it is. Well, outside of that, there's really not a lot else to go on other than our wisdom for handicapping. And what do you say?
Well, I like the 7, big Helen Nora.
Leonora, maybe, I don't know.
They make some of these names so hard to pronounce for me. Anyway, she is a first-time starter whose breeding suggests that she will like today's sprint distance. She has a high percentage winning jockey and trainer. And then Truth Tell Town, the 10 is first-time starter whose dam has 1 winner from 2 starters. Breeding suits today's sprint distance. She has a high percentage winning jockey, a good workout on July 26th. The 9 is my third choice as a first-time starter whose sire wins 22% of the races with first-time starters. And then her dam has 2 winners from 2 starters, and one of those was a stakes winner, and she has a high percentage winning trainer jockey. And then the 5 is my long shot. She has a high percentage winning jockey, and she has a good 4 furlong workout on July 25th. That's it. No.
So you have the 6 here. You meant the 9, right? So let's go back and change that to the 9.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
I don't know what happened to you. Your camera disappeared, but all right.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with the 7 horse as my top selection in here. Big Helena, because I just ranked the first time starters in order from our smart sheet. 7, 5, 10, and 9. You got the 10 horse with Irad. You got the 9 horse with Pletcher. You got 3 out of 3 points with the 7 and 2.37. So really a big gap from the 7 down. Race number 7, speaking of 7s, is the final late pick 4 today. Again, yesterday, Terry and I had I think the first pick 4, paid $150 with the 1 scratching because we both had it. So we got 75 times 2, which paid for our day of pick 4s. Maybe we can do the same today with 3 pick 4s. How are they going to start this one?
Okay, so this race is going to be 5.5 furlongs, and it was originally on the turf. Again, there were a lot of turf races today, so they're all off the turf. It's going to be 5.5 furlongs on the main track. It's an optional claiming race, $40,000 claiming price per $75,000 for fillies and mares 3-year-olds and upward, which have started for a claiming price of $50,000 or less, and which have never won a race other than a maiden or a claiming $40,000, and which have never won 3 races.
So we don't have any data once again for 5.5 furlongs. We don't have Terry on the screen either. But we do know that usually speed does pretty well at the 5 furlong mark. So, and it's usually stalkers. And then usually I think the horses that are middle out have the edge in the 5.5 furlong races. So in race number 7, Terry, as we look for some speed, where do we go?
Well, the 8 and the 1A both show pretty similar speed numbers. So they could go to that quarter pole first.
Mm-hmm. We do see here the 11 horse, Terry, has a pretty strong late speed advantage. That's pretty solid. Mm-hmm. Everybody here wants to be middle back except for maybe the 1A, which will be in the mix early on. So I would expect the 1A to jump out, try to get itself a good run. Looks like it might be okay out there with that nice season.
Yeah, it does. It has above a 50% figure that we like to see, but the 7 and the 8 are even, and 10 are even a lot higher than that. So these horses, most of these are going to be very comfortable in this race.
We got a pretty big class dropper here with the 10 moving down almost 2.5 lengths. The 1A also taking a little dip in class. Everybody else moving up a little. We see 3 horses that have hit par, which is 84 at this level. And you got the other ones that have been within 1 or 3 points. So they've been pretty close. Yeah. Looks like everybody except maybe the 8 can do it again today. Any overlays maybe, Terry, to consider here?
Well, the 6 has an overlay from 5-1 to 6-1. The 7 has an overlay from 6-1 to a nice 30-1. 10's overlay is from 9-2 to 8-1, and that 1A, that 11 has an overlay from 9-5 to 2-1, which is not really a big overlay.
Nah, it's just tiny, just fair value. The 11 horse, G's Eloise, has a 7-point last race speed figure. Our top 4 total pace horses, but it looks like a pretty tight race because you figure all the way down to here, it's only a 1 length difference. So you get jostled, get a wide trip, could be the difference between being almost worst and first. So Terry, who will finish first in the 7th race?
Well, I like the 11. G's Louise. She won her last race at Saratoga and drops in class today. And then she has the highest last speed rating, has a high percentage winning jockey trainer. Beautiful Crazy 6 won her last 2 races in a row and goes for a hat trick. And she has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. She, my second choice. Third choice, 10 City Blocks, finished second or similar on the dirt in her last race, can improve at the shorter distance, and has a high percentage winning jockey. Then I like the 1A Elegant. She has a high percentage winning trainer, wins 25% of the races in the second race after claiming a horse, and she has a high percentage winning jockey. I'm going to bet the last pick 4, Miami Vice Don Johnson, 1A with the 6, 10, 11 with the 1A with 4, and then the 2, 9, and then I'm going to go 1A, 2, 4, 7, 8, 10, 12, 13. I think that's a $48 ticket.
8 times 4 is 32. I think it's actually $64.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. Anyway, I'm going to go with the 11 horse as my top selection in here. I think you can go with 6 horses on the back end.
Yeah,
to 48. I'm going to go with the 11 as my top choice. Geez, Louise, top last race speed figure, 7 points better than anybody else. It is your strong simulation favorite. I've noticed a lot of those do well. Top par plus, third start after layoff, and I think the best stat of all, 2 out of 2 on an off track. Number 6, Beautiful Crazy. That's a very fun scale if you haven't seen that on the internet. Trying dirt for the first time, so you don't know what you're going to get. But the all-weather and the turf record suggest a muddy track could work. Number 8, Moongate, potential pace setter here today. Get out to the front. Who knows? Wire to wire might be the best way all day today, especially for the top C-Zone horse that had better pace from the beginning, the middle, and the end last out. And then City Blocks, the 10 horse is your biggest class dropper. I mentioned 2.5 lengths. Did show some better early pace, and Craig Milkowski from Time Form told us horses that show better early pace is one of the best indicators of a horse that will run a better race the next time out. Let's get that cash. Don Johnson, yes, indeed. We're all over that. And if you haven't done so, please hit the subscribe button, share our content, follow us. If you're following us on X, if you haven't done so, make sure you hit that follow button and tell your friends all about us. Race number 8, Terry, is looks like one of your better bets. I don't think it's your best bet, but a better bet, we'll call it.
Yep.
What's your better bet running for?
Okay, so this better bet is running for 1 1/8 mile. It's a claiming price of $12,500. Purse is $34,000 for 3-year-olds and upward.
Sometimes I have no idea what I do in these things. But I made some box there that I can't figure out how to get rid of. But anyway, 1 1/8 mile, profile of a winner. We're looking for horses in the early speed category. 29%, Eric Dickerson, best 29 probably ever. Go wire to wire. There's a strong rail. 2 and 3 are fair. 4 through 7 a discount. The best place of all places to be is a Buffalo Girl on the outside in race number 8, particularly if you have some speed, maybe a little bit of speed towards the outside, but maybe not really. The 2 horses that look faster than the rest.
Yeah, that's right. 4 has the most speed, followed up by that 7.
Indeed. We only have 2 horses, the 7 and the 1A, that have shown they can hit par. Terry, a few that look like they can do it again. Race shape, 3 forward. The rest are towards the back. So it should favor some early speed. Any of those early speed horses going to get a strong trip today?
Well, the 2 and the 8 has the best speed numbers in here. I mean, C-Zone numbers in here. So most of them have pretty good C-Zone numbers, except for the 3. So they're almost all going to be comfortable in here.
Yeah, looking at our simulation odds, it looks like there's going to be 4 horses to really consider in there. We see over here, they also show up, most of them in our top 4 total pace horses. Maybe, Terry, in a race where a lot of horses might be able to win, again, a jockey or a trainer combination might be the what points you to the winner.
Yeah, the 1 has the best jockey and the 4 has the best trainer, but I think the 1's the best jockey trainer combination.
Indeed. So 4, you got the 1 and the 1A, so those 2 go together. The 3, 6, and 7, there are your top total pace horses. Who's your top pick here?
Well, I like the 1A, Bold Endeavor. He finished in the money in 7 races out of the last 8 starts, won 2 of those, drops in class today, has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. And I like the 4. He has finished in the money in 2 races out of the last 3 starts, won 2 of those. And he has the highest last speed rating. He has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey, Royal Twist. Number 3 drops to class today, has a trainer, wins 22% of the races when bringing a horse back after being off 46 to 90 days. They added blinkers today. And then the 7, my long shot, finishes in the money in 70% of the races and winning 20% of the starts at 2025. And likes the distance. I'm going to bet 20 to win on the 1A and a $10 exacta box 1A with the 4.
Yeah, I'm going to put the 4 on top, trying to beat that little bit of an edge, 2 for 1 there. Trainer Linda Rice, she wins at 42% when dropping off the claim. I'm not 100% sure it is a drop. I know purse-wise it's a drop. But when you look at what I do here is I compare the average, the Brisnet par speed figure. That one actually looks like it might be going up a little bit in class, but nonetheless, number 1 or 1A, either one of them will do, but I think the 1A is the one that is garnering all the odds. The 3, Royal Tryst. That guy has run on an off-track 18 times, won 5 of them. It's run 28 times on either turf or fast track or something else in just 2 of them. So it looks like a horse for the muddy course. And then Ayula, I guess that was how you pronounce the 7 horse. That one is a yes horse that drops a little bit in class and could be forwardly placed today. No additional bets for me here in race number 8. Do we have time to do race number 9? Let's take a look at what's going on over
here. Yeah, there's 3 minutes, still 3 minutes.
Yeah, 3 minutes to post and then 3 minutes after post to get the horses to the gate. So race number 9 is a stakes race, Terry.
All right. So, yeah, we're going to go here to my pick of the day in race 9. And it's going to be at 7 furlongs. And it's the John Morrissey stakes with the purse of $150,000 for 3-year-olds and upward full New York State and approved by the New York State Registry.
So if we take a look at race number 9, the 7 furlong profile of a winner is going to favor horses that have early speed. I think 3 out of 11, 3 out of 12, maybe 4 out of 12 going wire to wire. There's a strong rail for Dr. Kraft. I think that one's scratched out, though. 4 through 7, a penalty. 8 and out, get a bonus as well. Speed is the key, perhaps, to getting the title to this stakes race, Terry. And if you're looking for speed, you're looking at 3 horses with a lot of it.
Yeah, the 9, 13, and 4, they're all very close in their speed numbers. So they just depends on who gets the best break.
And they're all going to be left arrow horses. They're all PC types with enough early speed to push them towards the front. Those left arrow horses do exceptionally well. Everybody wants to be middle back. So speed should be a good way to get to the finish line. Terry, the 9 does look like maybe not the best trip. Maybe a couple of those other left arrow horses might have a good season.
Well, yeah, the 3 and the 4 have pretty nice seasons, so they're going to be very comfortable in this race.
As is the 13. A lot of them dropping in class, a couple moving up in class. All of them, no problem hitting par. And I've noticed when they're all no's or all yeses, C-zone really starts to play a big factor. So pay attention to that. We see over here the 9-horse Terry has a 10-point total pace edge. So that means if all things play out, the 9-horse gets to the front and wins by about 2 lengths. The 12, the 4, and the 13 could bring them some company at the end. Who's your best bet in race number 9, the stakes race, and why?
Okay, well, I like in the race 9 what you talking about. He finished in the money in 7 races out of 7 career starts, winning 4 of those. Drops in class today. His best start speed is fastest among today's starters, and he has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. Bank Frenzy, the 2 is my second choice, has won 7 races out of 10 starts. He has a high percentage winning jockey and a good workout. 4 furlongs, July 24th. And then Shadow Dragon, the 7, third choice, has finished in the money in 8 races out of the last 10 starts. He won 2 of those. He has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. Sheriff Bianco, the 11, is my long shot, finished in the money in 3 races out of 5 starts at Saratoga. and he has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. I'm going to bet 20 to win on the 9, a $10 exacta box 9-2, and then a $5 exacta 9 on top with the 2, 7, 11, and 12.
I think the 9 horse is the one to beat here today, Terry. What you talking about is the sim favorite, a left arrow horse, top total pace, 10 points, biggest class dropper. Why not? The 2, Bank Frenzy, Manny Franco on a speed horse. That's what you want to see. That fits today at Saratoga, 3 times out, 2 wins, a second. And then off track 6 times out, won 5 of them off the board and the other 2. So I wouldn't be shocked to see the 2 take the title here. Doc Sullivan, the 12 horse, the high par plus score, better across the board with all of its pace numbers. Another that's done well at Saratoga and likes a little moisture in the track. And then Cisobelli, long shot. I'm going to take a little bit of flyer here. Its best races have come on the wet tracks and the workouts. If you look at this 6 horse here, one of the things I like to pay attention to for horses that are coming back to work off of a break, as the 6 is these workouts. Look down here. It is having its best string of workouts ever. Maybe this horse's light has finally turned on. I'm going to go with the trifecta box, 2, 9, 6, and 12, and then a $4 exacta key box, because I do think the 9 horse will factor in here with the 2, 6, and 12 as well. Just didn't want to make it my best bet today. I didn't want to jinx Terry. Are off the turf today. Yeah, a lot of rain coming through the northern part of the country. All right, race number 2, Terry. They're running around the track right now. Let's pick up where the 2 horse is out there with the 11 is in the mix as well. The 7 is there. The 12 horse, Believe in Magic, might have a little bit of magic today as it's moving its way up the track around the bend they come. He's going to have a tough spot, though. It's always kind of hard to go 4 wide and find the winner's circle, I feel like. But he's going to give everybody a run for the money down the stretch here. He's the 2, the 7 horse is trying to get involved. I don't know that he's going to get in there. Maybe find his way to second. The 2 horses hanging in there, Terry. We're going to need that one to hold on at the end. Otherwise, our pick 4s are going to be smoked here in the beginning. And guess what? They're going to be smoked. So it's 2, 11, 7, and 9. 2, 11, 7, and 9. No, I think no, was not with the 2 is the 12. I'm sorry, the 12. Believe in Magic was your winner, not the 2.
Which one was 11? Oh, the 12.
The 12 one, yeah. So let's go back to look race number 2. The 12. He is one of those horses that was a second-time starter in there. I mean, what did he go off at? The 12 horse? 7-1. So he did catch a little bit of action. Just second race improvement. One that beat us, Terry, in the mud. It happens sometimes when you're betting on horses, right?
Yeah, it sure
I
does.
wish we could find a championship way where you bet and hit every single race, but unfortunately, that's not been the case. Final race for you and me this week, Terry, will be race number 10. What are the conditions for this muddy run?
All right, so in race 10, we're going to go off the turf again. It's a 1/16 miles. On the main track, optional claiming race, $40,000 claiming price, purse $75,000 for fillies and mares, 3-year-olds and upward, which have started for a claiming price of $50,000 or less, and which have never won a race other than a maiden or claiming $40,000, or which have never won 3 races.
Yeah. Before we move off to our thoughts, just a reminder: free track today, Prairie Meadows. I don't know if that's going to be muddy or not, but take a look at that. Link in the description on YouTube. In just a few minutes when the show's over at horseracingtoday.net. Head on over there, click on that. You will see a race replay right there, a show replay, excuse me, along with all of our thoughts, commentary, and Benny and the Bet suggested wagers. Hit that HRT gear button right there. Coming over and get yourself a Horse Racing Today shirt or hat like Terry Sport and 20% off. Of course, if you haven't done so already, hit the like button, the subscribe button, the follow button, the share button. All of those things help promote the show. We greatly, greatly appreciate that. Also, in the link in the description on YouTube, you'll find a link to the explanations for Smart Sheets, the Smart Sheets themselves, as well as a tip jar. For the final time today, no profile of a winner because they moved from turf to dirt, Gary, but we still have 1,000 simulations that tell a story. And what story do they tell to you?
Well, for one thing, you can see that the 7 and the 4 has the most speed. They could go head-to-head to the quarter pole. And then all but the 8 and 12 have exceeded the speed number in the past. I'm assuming that's on the turf, so really maybe doesn't matter. So, okay. And then the 12 has the best jockey. The 13 has the best trainer. But I think the 8 is the best jockey trainer combination.
Our race shape here, Terry, most of the horses middle back. That could favor a little early speed. That's 7 horse. I would be more encouraged if the 7 horse had a stronger C-zone over 50%. He may or may not like being out there on his own. The 1A, that might be the one to look at. 4-point last race speed figure edge. It is our simulation favorite as well. Pretty strong par plus. Does make it into our top 4 total pace horses, Terry. The 1A and the 12 are tied for that final spot. Another race that looks like, according to all the numbers in here, can go many different ways. Which way are you taking the finale?
Well, I like the 2 Sweet Duchess. She won. She has won 1 race out of 1 start at Saratoga, so she's perfect there. She has a high percentage winning trainer who wins 50% of the races in the second race after claiming horse, and she has a high percentage winning jockey. The 13, always practical. Second choice, finished 3rd versus similar on the dirt in her last race. She has a high percentage winning trainer jockey. Number 12, She's Cool. Finished 3rd versus similar on the dirt in her last race. Has a high percentage winning jockey. She's my 3rd choice. And the long shot's 10, Bred to Run. She finished 3rd versus similar on the dirt as well. And she has the highest speed figure at today's distance. She has a high percentage winning jockey. No additional bets for me in this race as I'm out of money.
The 2 horse, top call for me too. That one is Sweet Duchess, strong at the distance. The only time the horse took a trip around Saratoga, it took a trip to the winner's circle. Sound Bite, the 1 horse, the 1A horse, top last race speed figure. 4 points. There's that Andrew Beyer number again. It is our simulation favorite and our top par plus, and along with that is a class dropper. Number 13, always practical, is the top total pace horse, and it is owned and it is trained by Linda Rice. And what I find interesting about this one, Terry, it is an optional claiming $40,000 race, and as the owner and trainer, guess what she didn't do, Terry?
She didn't win?
No, she didn't put the horse in for a price.
Oh,
And that tells me she wants to keep the horse, right?
okay.
And then finally, the 12 horse, She's Cool. Last call for us this week. Irad Ortiz, second up after a layoff, and has been on an off track twice and been in the money both times. No additional bets for me either.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I'm going to make a change here that I see a mistake on my pick 4.
Okay. So in race number 1, the 3 horse won that. In race number 2, the 12 horse came home. Here's the way we see the rest of the card. Hopefully, we do better than we did in race number 2. As far as some potential wagers for our Benny in the bets, I got 14 to win on the 4 coming up in race number 3. Race number 4, we have our second of our pick 4s. Hopefully, we can get that one started. I have also an exact key box. Race 5, no bets. Race 6, another trifecta box for me. Race number 7, the last of the pick 4s. Race 8, one of Terry's better bets. Race 9, Terry's best bet, a trifecta and exact key box for me. Nothing in race number 10. Again, we'll timestamp every race so you can come back and watch them on YouTube individually so you can see why we like what we like and all of the C-zone and handicapping explanations. Also, a link to the description and explanation for Smart Sheets, as well as Smart Sheets and a tip jar. Any final thoughts from you, Terry, before we get up and out of here for this week?
Yeah, just stay out of that rain if you can, and have a great rest of the day. We'll see you on Monday.
Yeah, again, if you haven't done so, hit the subscribe button, share our content, tell your friends about us, like us, all of the things you need to do to help boost our show's search engine scores. Again, tomorrow, Glorious Goodwood, Tom and I, that'll be fun. We always find some long shots running overseas. And until we get back together again, we certainly hope that your day is filled with God's grace, God's favor, and every single thing that you do ends up in
the winner's circle.
Yes, indeed. Have a blessed weekend and a wonderful, terrific Terry Thursday.